Yes, and before we begin, you magnificent viewers and listeners out there, as you will know going into this series has a parental discretion before going into it. This is not in any way meant for children. This is a series meant just for adults because we are back in the happiest place on earth in the mystery meat pit utilizing the cipher system edition, not the 5e, the cipher system. And oh boy, this has been a long one coming, don't you think, dear listeners? You've been waiting so long, and no, I don't got anything else to hold this off now. It's finally time. It's here. And now we're going into it, and I still just gotta pull a little on you because we're not just gonna go right at the moment when Riley and Odin began. No, 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 no. We're actually going to be going into just as the crowd is screaming. Literally, the whole entire room is going insane. People are running to the betting window, trying to change bets. Everything is nuts because the spotlight is shrinking down the area that Riley and Odin can move, and Riley is standing there looking like goddamn Vegeta with one arm hanging limp, fucking gashes all over his body and blood just covering his chest. Yet he doesn't look scared. But I want to see from a few people how are they reacting to all of this. Specifically, Moonlight. You see Riley in this moment. This fight has actually been going pretty brutally against him.
Oh, I'm just eating a giant bag of popcorn, going, woo, Riley! Just chewing on my little shorty.
Because at the start of the fight, what had led everything to this, Riley had landed a few good blows, but that's when Odin revealed that he had been given a very specific type of prototype by Anodyne. And what this prototype does is it allows him to alter his limbs to be kind of like a blade or any kind of like handheld melee weapon. So, and Odin's the way he fights is he just rips off fighting forms that he sees. So the whole time he's been like switching between like a AI jutsu. So he'll hold his hand like he's about to draw a sword, and when he quickly moves his other arm, his hand quickly shifts into like a sword and it slashes at Riley. The whole time Riley has just been not actually acting like how anyone would suspect. I understand. And so, with all this, Riley jumping back and forth, and as I said, when people started watching this, just bets started going nuts. And actually, I want to let you guys help influence this. So, first and foremost, I'm going to have, actually, Moonlight, if you could, roll me a d20 real quick for me, please.
Yep. Just give me 1 second. 16.
Riley is able to just barely miss these series of strikes to where every time Odin extends his right arm, it shifts into a just disturbing flesh-like spear that just stabs at him in all directions, and Riley is just barely able to miss out on having a spear stab him in the abdomen. The spotlight continues to shrink, going smaller, smaller, and smaller. Moonlight, I will give me a intellect roll, so I'm gonna have you roll me a difficulty rating 3, so you have to beat a 9. So go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Holy shit! I got a nat 20.
Well, for that then, what I will actually reveal is everything Riley has been doing has basically been an act. He's been letting Odin hurt him this entire time. And you trust Riley. This is why you are just comfortably cheering and eating your popcorn, and you trust Riley because you know any minute now he's about to give Odin hell.
Oh, he's gonna fuck him up.
And it's as if Riley was just waiting for like people to finish at the betting booth that he finally changes his fighting style. And because of your nat 20, I will let you easily be able to read his lips. Moonlight, you read Riley's lips and they say, "So this is what you experienced, Kahlua." And just as the spotlight starts to shrink, Riley begins to move in an intense speed all around Odin, and each time Odin tries to hit him, he uses the force from spinning at the last minute to hit him with a very intense elbow. And then just as the spotlight just shrinks, Riley's looking at Moonlight, gives her a smile. Just as Odin goes for a strike to pierce his heart, Riley finally initiates his prototype blink, and he ends up teleporting after doing a very high spin into Odin's back of his neck. Odin bends backward, and then finally right when the spotlight shrinks, Riley smashes his face fully into the ground. Just a crater forms just as Riley fully smashes his head down through it. Pulls his hand back, just slides the blood off, wipes his hair back, and just gives everyone that same stupid fucking goofy smile and a peace sign, and heads to walk out of the ring as people just erupt in screams.
I blow Riley a kiss, and I'm just, woo!
And as he's walking up to you, Moonlight, he finally can't keep the act up anymore because he lost a lot of blood. He starts to just fall unconscious and is falling towards you.
Oh, I drop my popcorn, I grab him. It's like, okay, I got you. She carries him bridal style and takes him to the medic.
All Riley does is he looks up at you, he just says, "Do you think Kahlua would have been proud of me?"
I think a lot of people are proud of you. And I just kiss him on the forehead.
And he loses himself, goes unconscious, and you leave him at the medical team. The doctor you know very well, because thankfully this doctor has nothing to do with Anodyne. This is actually a Black Alley doctor that the master is personally friends with. And granted, you know this man is a psychopath and just a sadist, but he knows what he's doing. Even though he has many times asked if he could dissect Riley.
If you do, I will slowly peel your fucking skin off. If you damage one hair on his fucking head, fucking try me.
The good Dr. Hannah is just looking at you like, but fine.
Pull out pliers. Fucking try me.
Fine, I won't dissect him. But can I dissect the guy that Riley basically killed?
Oh, have at it. And please give anything you report directly to the master and no one else.
He gives you a solemn nod. He goes, "You have my word."
Thank you very much. I'll leave you to it.
And he goes to starting to sew up Riley's chest, and good God, you see some very deep gashes in Riley's body. But he has a smile on his face, even as he's unconscious. There's tears that are just streaming down his face, but he's happy. And then Moonlight, your personal fight attendant that's been with you since your days of when you would fight in your underground fighting rings, they come and they say, "Miss Moonlight, I know this is a bad time, but it's time for you to start your warm-up because your fight is about to begin."
Already? Alright. This was a fun date while it lasted. She starts rolling her arms, trying to get any knots out. Alright, let's go. She just follows.
As you're leaving the medical room, the master is actually running. He is actually running to the medical room to where Riley is.
I put my hands up. He's fine. He's going to be fine. As far as I can tell, he has nothing life-threatening.
He gives you a look. "I will trust you, Moonlight Yates. You have never told me wrong, so it's just the father in me."
No, I get it. And she looks sad for a second. Please, do as you wish, Granddad.
And this is when, just as the master is about to go in there, you both just hear a very, very dry chuckle. You look and you see the vice president of Anodyne holding a bouquet of flowers. The president wanted me to come and bring these to Riley. And you see the master is biting so hard right now, Moonlight, that there's blood trickling down one side of his mouth. And he's trying his best to stay calm.
I'll take those, since me and Riley have gotten close. I can give these to him.
He squints his eyes at you and, "Okay, just make sure they are delivered to his bedside." And he,
Of course.
leave. And he turns to leave.
I take the flowers, I wink at Granddad, and then I go back into the medical room. I look at the doctor and say, "Hey, if you want to dissect something, dissect these fucking flowers and tell me exactly what's up with these."
"Give me a couple hours and I'll have the information you need."
Thank you. As payment, I'll find you someone to dissect. Someone a lot more fun to play with.
His face just glows with gleam, and a blade pops out of his wrist. It's at least a good 4 feet long. He's just, "Oh, sorry." Got a little excited there, and the blade goes back into his hand.
Don't they always around me?
You hear Riley just like stumble. "Get away from my girl, doctor. I'll beat your ass."
Riley, we'll talk when you wake up, alright? Just get better. I pat his hair and I leave the room again. I look at, is the master still though?
He's actually gone into the medical room just to sit and watch Riley.
Okay, and how many cameras are around me in the hallway?
Dr. Hannah told people that if there were any cameras installed in this hallway, he would personally dissect every goddamn motherfucker that tried to install them. So there are no cameras.
Oh, good. So it's very believable that I left the roses next to Riley, since all the cameras are going to see me walking away from this area without them. So I just leave the room as I would normally. I follow my assistant to get ready for my fight.
And just to tell the results, so the results of that gambling fight, let me just, I need to roll a few dice real quick. So I'm going to say a good 54% of the people idiotically changed their bet to bet for Odin was going to win, and the house ended up winning about
I'm rich. Oh,
so everyone that bet on Riley, they won an astounding $160,000.
god damn! I make that in a month. Still worth it.
And you know what? So I will have Maury reveal what the odds are going to be for going into fight with Moonlight, but the arena is just going quiet. Everyone is just on bated breath because this is fucking Moonlight coming back into the arena. They know what she can do, but god damn it, she is fighting Doji. And after seeing what Riley can do, they are expecting just some insanity Doji. And especially with the rumors of what his prototype is that was given to him from Anodyne, Moonlight might have her hands stored for her. Moonlight, tell us about your fighter entrance and everything.
It's actually very nonchalant. Music plays, Moonlight never picks the music, and she just walks out with her hands in her pocket. She jumps up on the stage, and she just enthusiastically waves to everyone in the crowd. Then she turns back to her opponent, puts her hands back in her pocket, and she has a big goofy grin on.
The fighters are all cheering, just blowing up. Like, the excitement is, everyone's on bated breath, and then Doji's the side for the PBIB, just the doors just fly off the hinges as Doji, with one of his weird little stumpy legs, kicks the door open, and he's just wearing fighter's trunks, but on his back you see this strange like eel that is literally embedded in the back of his skull that looks like it goes through the foramen magnum, through the base of his skull into his brain, and it's wrapped around his left and his right arm and around his torso and goes down the back of his waist, through the back of his calves and his feet. And he just balls his fist and concentrates, and you see the eel-like creature on his back and body just starts to rhythmically pump, and his muscles just start to bulge and get bigger and bigger. But here's the thing, the human skin can only stretch so far, so with how much his muscles have just expanded, the individual skin pores on his body are just unnaturally stretched out. It literally looks like a checkerboard on his body from how much his muscles have swollen.
Ew. You know, I do suggest Neutrogena. It's a great soap.
Give me a speed difficulty 3 roll, Moonlight.
Oh, that's amazing! I got a 17!
So here's the thing about the Cypher system. It is not only when you roll a 20 in combat that is considered an actual extra. If you roll between 17 to 20, you get extra benefits. So I'm going to say you're going to be doing extra damage to him, and you're going to take control of the fight as you get to go into and lay into him. And please describe how this looks.
Oh, with those bulgy muscles, Moonlight knows even with her strength, she cannot afford to take a hit. So she keeps her hands in her pocket and she constantly dodges them. Every fist thrown, she dodges. Every kick, she dodges. And she even kicks away some of his punches. Because if that's the prototype that there's been rumors about, I know what's going to happen. I don't have to fight this jackass. I just have to waste his time. So the entire fight, Moonlight is dodging while keeping her hands in her pocket because The moment she knows what's about to happen happens, she's gonna rip him a new fucking asshole.
So, with this first successful roll, you do 4 damage, but he's also going to take another 3 damage as you start to see the skin on his arms starts to split, exposing the muscle tendons and blood spurting on his arms. Give me another difficulty 3 speed roll to keep going with your plan.
Alright, yeah, she's grinning. God damn it, I got 6.
Before I say anything that happens, I will offer you this one chance to, if you want to re-roll, because remember, you can do effort, and if you want to use 3 points from your speed pool to lower the effort down to a 2, you can.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Remember to subtract those 3 points and give this another roll.
Oh, I'm in the negatives now.
What did you roll?
A 2.
Okay, so, Moonlight, you have your hands in your pocket, and everything's going good until you take a glancing blow from Dojima, and the entirety of your all your ribs break. You vomit blood and you take 4 damage against your speed pool. You're stumbling. Dojima but the idiot just starts flexing in victory, but this causes him to take another 3 damage as his abdomen just starts to split and the skin, blood pouring.
Okay, I take my hands on my pocket because now I'm pissed.
Can I motivate her?
Yes, you can.
If you lose, you're lame.
Oh, hell no!
Best motivation yet.
Nobody calls Moonlight lame.
And that's when Dojima is just like, ha, you are lame, as he goes to launch like a double hammer fist down at you as he jumped in the air and is just slamming as his fist and biceps just swell.
I close in towards his abdomen and I rip his skin off.
So this is going to be a difficulty 4 speed roll. You need to beat a 12. If you still have speed points, you can use another 3.
Oh my god, I got another nat 20. Thank you, fucking storytelling gods.
So
Could it be lame?
Oh, that just calling me lame just crushes whole soul.
So here's my question is, how do you want to do this? How is this going to end? Because you're going to be doing an additional 3 damage, and from all the damage he's taking as his arms fucking explode, and there's just the red meaty skeletons, and then his fist as all the muscle on his arms exploded. And this is about to happen to his abdomen. How does it look? What do you do, Moonlight?
I grab him by the part of the skin that is ripped open. I hook my fingers underneath the flesh. I get out of the way. As I peel it back, I jump behind him and I wrap his skin around his neck. I start choking him. Like, his abdomen fucking explodes, but Moonlight made sure to get out of that.
You're covered just in the viscera and gore as his muscle tendons just exploded all over you. And you have these flaps of skin just choking him. And literally there's just a skeletal rib cage, skeletal arms, yet still fleshy bottom half and fist as he's weakly trying to reach at you. But
I lean down and I whisper, last year I held back.
And yeah, like a good portion of the audience is just covered in fucking gore.
That's why we got the splash zones, baby. You pay extra for that.
Extra to not be in that.
Quiet you. Your blood, buddy.
Yuretsi was unaware of the splash zone, and now she is.
Yuretsi is now red. She looks like she just went to go see Evil Dead the musical. That's how covered in gore you are.
I think I'm still attached to Sticky Joe, but where is he? Because he's gone.
Oh, no.
Sticky Joe needed to go on a sticky emergency. He ran out of tape. So you're with Sticky Joe getting tape.
Oh, no.
Then it was Bethany free.
So Bethany is free. Sticky Joe did have an emergency he had to go take care of. And granted, I'm sorry, Bethany, but now this is going to be a 2v1.
I mean, yes, I'll join a 2v2.
Yes.
Yes.
Please
Okay,
have
but
complaint.
so
Alright, what?
I want you to, as you're finishing off Dojima, please just describe the end of this fight.
As you said, that he was weakly trying to grab at me. I put my kneecap in the back of his neck and I pull title on the flesh that I got wrapped around his neck. until he chokes out. Or passes out, whatever happens first.
Oh, as he passes out, he also goes into death, and he just falls dead because, like, yeah. And the crowd goes fucking crazy.
You know what? Because he mostly did this to himself, I just hoped. I take no guilt whatsoever, and I just wave to the audience. And I'm gonna take a nice hot shower. Oh god, he's so greasy. Greasy.
Moonlight, one thing. He jumps up, pulling a knife from behind his back as he tried to go for a sneak attack to try and kill you. What?
I use my elbows to block it.
And what do you do to him?
With all of my actual strength, I jab him with the knuckles of my fist straight into the, right in the death nerve in the heart. I make his heart explode.
And because his lungs and his heart were exposed, it was really easy just to, as you punch, you break the sternum and the remaining ribs that were exposed, and you make contact with the fist, and it just explodes in front of you. And he falls to his knees and just dies like that. And the knife falls down. The crowd is screaming, and it's just, oh my god, this is insane! Dojima had lost, but then he went for an illegal weapon! Boom! Good fucking lord, this is nuts.
Only bitches use weapons in a ring.
Do you wish to take the weapon with you? Because it does look a little odd.
Well, I'm taking that weapon because it's going to look good in my collection.
So this is a karambit. So if you don't know what a karambit is, it is actually a curved blade that you can actually hold as you're making a fist. The curved handle can fit into your 3 fingers.
I got you.
Held like that. But it's covered in a strange solution.
Is this motherfucker serious? Is he? I start kicking his dead body. Are you trying to fucking poison me? I'll see you in hell when she keeps kicking his body.
Officiants come running out and they grab you. They're like, no, Miss Moonlight, he's already dead. Literally, there's an audience member screaming and crying, going, stop, he's already dead.
I will drag the soul from hell to beat his ass again.
And so, as you're just literally stomping the head that has already just been reduced to gore.
I do apologize to the listeners. I continuously stomp the shit out of this fucking body.
And the officiants are just, no, stop her, it's already over. And as they drag you away, it's just, good God, what you did to Doji. It's just, yeah. For the first time in a while, they're going to actually have to hire 2 new people in black. But already now, this is already becoming kind of a problem now because 2 members have actually tried to they've been using prototypes, and that's actually supposed to be forbidden in a fight. So Riley is actually going to be getting into some shit for using his. But still, Odin was the first to initiate using one, and then Doji used his against you. Oh boy. And with this, as Moonlight's being dragged away, I need to get into like Bethany's head as the officiants ask Yuretsi to sub in for Sticky Joe. And Yuretsi, how are things in the locker room for you as you're getting ready for your fight?
She's just bent over like, because absolutely so.
Maury, what were the betting odds for the fight between Moonlight and Doji?
They were actually even. Significant split, I'll say that. People basically, the odds were a toss-up.
So, and you know what, Maury, I'm going to give you something because it's you. You actually got a little information of who's going to be fighting with LaQuisha. And so, here's the information. You got told that it is the very, very creepy guy from marketing. Like, everyone avoids him. He has a horrendous smell to him. His hair is so greasy that it's just always clumped together. But he's always been walking around with a strange obsidian black case that's about 3 feet tall. And granted, everyone just knows him as that creepy guy. You know from your information that he is called the Puppet Master. He has been given and especially because Anodyne gave him a very special prototype, and he converted it into his most prized puppet. Just to give you a little something to help with the odds. Oh, and that LaQuisha was also just recently given a specific prototype as well.
I already have all the odds in mind for this battle.
And Yuretsi, as you were bent over and just there's something laying there on the ground looking at you. It's a puppet head. This one has, with the chattering mouth, you see like teeth inside of it. It has black, instead of the red cheeks, it has black. Its hair is wiry black hair, and it has like a red colored cloak on its body, but you can hear the chittering of many legs underneath it as it's just I'm gonna kill you. The puppet head just starts like to spin in a 360 super quick now.
Is there like lockers there?
Yes.
Can I fucking just drop one on it?
Give me a might roll with a difficulty of 3. If you want to use effort to drop it down a rank to 2, you can. It'll just take 3 out of your pool. But you just have to beat a 9.
Okay, I got 15.
Oh, how does this look as you drop the locker on this puppet?
She's honestly more insulted about like just immediately trying to be murdered than not. She's like, no, and then she drops it on him.
Yeah, no, kill you, no. And as it starts just you see these blades just cutting out through the locker. You see the head of the puppet come out, and you see these spider-like limbs coming out that are wood, ending in with a mixture of wood, fleshy bits, and metal coming out in like many-limbed bladed limbs pulling him out. He has a pair of panties on his head. No, I can't see through the blades. Daddy! What does Yahtzee do?
Well, I'm not touching it because those are someone's underwear, and I don't want to know where they came from.
You do see the puppet stands about a good 4 feet tall. The cloak goes all the way down to the ground, but you can see from your eyes you can count maybe a good 8 limbs, but you think there's even more than that have just been violently whipping around as it's trying to get these panties off of its head.
So given the way my background is and kind of what Yahtzee does, would it be safe to say like she has like some sort of pocket pick?
Oh yes, that is more than reasonable. Yes.
Yeah, she's gonna launch it at the thing.
You know what? I'm not even gonna make because of your background of who you are. There is no point of putting a difficulty rating on this. This would just be a 0. So I'm not even gonna make you roll. How does this look? How are you beaming at the puppet right in the middle of its forehead?
I'm trying to think of, like, I saw something where like they had a creature attached to their finger and they could like throw it out like a yo-yo. I can't remember where it's from, but that's something similar.
You're actually talking about who I based Riley's friend on. That's Kahlua with his yo-yos in Hunter x Hunter. So I gotcha. I know exactly what you're talking about. I get you. So you let this out. It just BAM! Hits the puppet in the head, and it just lets out an infernal screeching. And you just hear this. How dare you? Hey, what are you doing to my beloved son now? You horrible, evil, wretched woman! And you hear this coming, and granted, you smell it. Your danger senses actually were beaten by your fucking sense of smell. Because the minute the smell hits you, then your danger sense goes off as the vent in the locker room gets kicked out, and you see a leg come through. An abnormally skinny long leg, then another, and then the really long waist, and then you see, yep, there he is. There's fucking Charles from fucking goddamn marketing. And he runs over to the puppet and he drags out this long obsidian case and he goes, Come on, son. Get back in your box. You remember, it'll make you feel better. The puppet just quickly screeches over and climbs into the obsidian box, and Charles closes it and he looks at you. Just because we couldn't finish the job before the fight doesn't mean you're gonna live, Yahtzee.
Well, see, this is where you fucked up because I have a bunch of little buddies.
Bruno's eyes go wide. Yahtzee, are you talking about summoning who I think you're summoning?
Yes.
So, this will take time,
Mhm.
but this will influence the fight. And so, Charles is just like, oh, you're full of shit. As if, do you realize how much money I was paid to ensure you don't leave this fight alive?
While he's talking, can I like steal something of his to basically like give Bruno the scent?
Give me, this is just a difficulty 2 speed roll, so you just need to beat a 6. Go ahead and roll a d20.
Okay, I got a 16.
So I will let you leave the locker room. You are able to quickly grab just a piece of like his clothing, and good God, is it so greasy. Sticky Joe is sticky, fucking Charles is greasy. So you got this greasy piece of cloth, and you run out, you yell out, Bruno! And you fucking ball up that cloth and just like literally there are some pitchers in the MLB that would be jealous of your form as you launch that fucking balled up cloth out. And far off, maybe you launch that bitch maybe about a good 500 yards. A big skeletal muscly hand reaches out and grabs it, pulls it down to that fleshy deer skeletal face, takes a big whiff, vomits from the smell, just
Yeah, there's also like a little Ziploc bag of arepas as apology.
he looks at the baggie and he's just like, happily takes the bag of treats, just downs them all, and slowly begins his walk towards the engineering room. There are workers that see him and they turn to each other and they go, we don't talk about Bruno. And like literally there's a worker that runs and goes, Bruno, I made you this! He throws a brown cloak to him and then Bruno drapes it over himself, and then that's just when he's now just swirling through alleyways. It is fucking horrifying, but goddamn is it cool. Now, Bethany, how are you feeling for your fight?
A very big sense of dread. Bethany is just looking at everything that is happening and just wondering how the hell she got here. Like, it's in her sober mind, the money doesn't seem as important as her health anymore.
Would you like to make a using your intelligence? Would you think about this real? I'll give you a chance to maybe try to piece this together because things actually don't seem right. But this will be a difficulty 4. You'll have to beat a 12. But you can use effort to drop it down if you want.
No,
That'll drop it down to a 9. Okay. So go ahead, roll a d20.
Yeah, that's a 4.
Nah, that chronic you got is just making you paranoid, man.
Yeah, it's just nerves. I got this. Never been defeated.
And then this is when you hear a deep laughing and your door just gets kicked off its hinges. And who comes a big, massive, muscly hand grips the top of the fucking doorway, and the doorway starts to crack. And granted, you notice that fucking goddamn shaved that hair, that netting from where she ripped off her weave. Granted, LaQuisha don't look like how she used to. Now she's got a body of a perfect fucking Adonis. Like literally her muscles look like diamond.
Bethany's mouth just fucking drops this fast. Like jaw to the floor.
She's cracking her knuckles, cracking her neck, looking at you.
LaQuisha, I think we got off on the wrong foot. Look, I'm technically still on probation. I'm pretty sure this violates it.
Fist goes to the wall next to your head.
Right.
I was paid a lot of money to make sure you don't walk out of this arena alive. And that little pill I was given has made me be feeling a certain kind of way. I'm going to rip your spine out through your fucking mouth.
Wait, LaQuisha. See, we have a lot of things in common. You took a pill. I like to take pills. How about this? How about we exchange dealers for a weekend?
Give me a difficulty 3 speed roll. You have to beat a 9 real quick.
That's exactly a 9.
Her, that chiseled fucking gladiator-like hand speeds towards your neck. You dodge out of the way as it just goes right through the fucking wall. And as she goes and spins around, her arm just takes out, just gouging out the wall as she spins around to go for another punch at you. You jump out of the way as her fist just goes through the floor. That's a steel girder she just punched through.
Whoa, LaQuisha, you know, I like to work out too. Maybe let's go to the gym together. How about that? You know, just us two, you know, get to know each other a little better. I guarantee this aggression you have toward me will be worked out.
She just lets out a monstrous roar and goes for a double hammer at you. Give me another difficulty 3 speed roll.
8.
You're not able to make it all the way out, so your ankle is just gonna get a bit of the hammer blow, and your ankle almost breaks. And as the floor just caves in, an officiant comes in and goes, "Both of you stop that right now. You know it is against the rules for combatants to be fighting before a round."
At that point,
Yep.
Bethany has an idea. Yeah, LaQuisha, you know, you don't want to have a heart attack before the fight, you know.
Actually, Give me a difficulty 3 intelligence roll. Roll your d20.
17.
You know, actually, that because of like this intense, you actually are figuring her heart is going at an intense, like it's like having to go triple overtime just to like move her around. And you are told to meet up with Uretzi and to go to your side of the arena. I will let you two have a chance to talk between yourselves if you want to talk about anything that just happened.
Bethany looks at Uretzi and is just like, I need help here. She's going to eat me.
Yeah, I got you. So she's pretty much like wiped up most of the blood, but she has kind of some left, like a war paint. She's gonna pull out like a couple of needles and containers. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna lay it on like your wisdom or your back teeth, lay it flat, and then when you need it, you open the tube and stick the needle in, and she's gonna have a bad time.
Nice.
That is genius.
How about for me? Do you have anything maybe, that could give me, an edge? Damn, I'm on probation still. And you should get out.
No, I only prescribe medicine, and this is technically overdosing someone.
Overdosing on what? He looks at
Insulin.
I will say, Uretzi, you are able to bandage up Bethany's ankle. So Uretzi, you're not, oh my god, this is amazing.
Alright, sorry, not insulin. I don't know why I said that. I had a plan. It's herbs that basically make you very ill, like vomiting and stuff. She's also gonna get the warning, like, you may want to back away because it's gonna get explosively violent.
And this is when the crowd's going wild as the announcer is just finished announcing, saying, "From parts unknown, LaQuisha!" And you see her coming out wearing a wrestling unitard, fucking just stars and sparkles. She's wearing that fucking luchador mask again. And on her back, she has a cape that says, "Death to Bethany" on the back of it. Ooh. It has a crudely drawn picture of Bethany's ripped off head on the bottom of it.
Well, that's just appropriation and fruit.
You fucking Bethany is hiding behind Uretzi at this point.
And then there is a deep organ begins. The lights just dim to like a purple. And then they say, oh, and the announcer's like, oh my god, I didn't know we had this working here. Apparently, one of the most foulest, horrifying assassins coming out of retirement to fight again. We have the Puppet Master! And then coming out wearing a blood red top hat with a blood red cape, dragging his obsidian case, you see Charles coming out.
Oh, yes, a sexual harasser.
And as he goes to start, he slowly starts to open up his case. You see many different eyes are opening, different puppet hands slowly starting to open.
Oh yeah, we had meetings about that guy.
Both of you guys everyone's getting ready. And then just as shit is about to go down, all of you just happen to notice, dink, dink, dink. Who the fuck threw a flashbang grenade? The announcer says as a bright goddamn flash goes off.
Bethany is hiding behind Uretzi at this point, so that makes she...
If you are actually hiding behind Uretzi, because I'm going to have to make Uretzi do a speed roll to try to react to this, you don't have to cover your eyes then. You're going to be able to react. Uretzi, give me a speed roll, difficulty 4.
Okay, that's a 7.
Oh, you're not able to block your eyes. So far, 3 of the combatants are blind as a bat, and because Charles was made blind and he can't see and he wasn't able to give his orders, this caused all of the horrors in that box to come out, and Charles does not want that ever to happen. And Bethany, you see one puppet, it has like a human abdomen, but the rest of the body looks, I'm sorry, Uretzi, it looks like a goddamn centipede. And it's just chittering around. The other one looks like the spider, and it has about a good 25 goddamn legs.
Oh, you extra hate me today.
Oh, God.
And it has underneath the head, and it's covered by the cloak, and it's quickly jumping. And then you see the third one. It has like a strange hound-like head with no eyes, but just a gaping maw of sharp teeth, and it's just quickly jumping around. So I'm going to give you a chance because the centipede chittering one quickly homes in because these things don't see anything as a master. And unfortunately, Laquisha is getting it from the fucking centipede one. It wraps around her body and it just starts like smacking and punching her in the face. Pulls out a knife and just starts stabbing her in her neck, and she's taking damage.
Yes, kill her, bitch.
But here's the thing: the hound and the spider one are coming towards you and Yuretsi.
Ooh.
So if you want to get you and Yuretsi both out of the way, this is going to be a difficulty 5. You would have to be the 15.
Ooh, shit. I want to use effort with this one.
Okay, you'll drop it down to a 12. So go ahead, give me that roll.
Yeah, it's 11.
So you are going to be able to get you and Yuretsi, but you are going to get not only the spider slashes you across your back, the hound just grabs your ankle and just
Fucking damn it! This brings me back to
So automatically now everything is a automatic, just starting at a base difficulty 4 for you for speed wise, because that's how bad your ankle gets fucked up from the hound, and you're taking a whopping 5 damage from this. It hurts.
Definitely is just screaming.
Yuretsi,
Mhm.
give me a difficulty 3 intellect roll, and this is so you can get your senses back.
Difficulty 3 would be 12, right?
Nope, 9.
9. Okay, I got a 12.
Okay, excellent. So when I say the difficulty rating, just multiply it by 3.
Times by 3. Okay.
So, okay, you rub your eyes, you get him back, and you see all the chaos that is going on. And Charles is just rubbing his head because he still hasn't gotten it back together, going, God damn it, who the hell was the idiot that would throw a goddamn flashbang? Bethany, unfortunately, still has Laquisha still hasn't been able to get control over the centipede puppet, and it has now just gotten her to the ground, and oh no. Well, she rolled a nat 1, and unfortunately, it rinsed open her mouth, and now it's just going down her throat. Blood is just gushing from her mouth as the puppet is just going down her throat.
Can I honestly, she doesn't want to kill anyone, so can she try to stop that?
Yes, you may. How would you like to do it?
She wants to pull out another, like, one of her friends, basically chop off where, basically chop it in half. Like chomp it in half, rather.
Okay, so once again, because of your background, you don't need any help with this. So you split that centipede down the middle, but here's the thing. The first half, it finishes going down Laquisha's throat, and then the second half, another abdomen erupts from the second half, and it looks at you.
Holy shit! What the fuck is going on here? I can't be sober. This can't be happening to a sober me.
It's funny that you say that, Bethany, because when you say that, the hound puppet looks at you, and it stretches open its mouth, and the jaws are literally as tall as you are, and it's going to take a bite at you.
What? C is going to try to scramble away.
Give me a difficulty 4 roll.
That's 12, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Damn it! I lost my dice. There we go. 19, luckily.
How does this look as you get away? Because you get a 19, you get to actually damage this, do 3 damage to the puppet. And here's the thing, the puppets only have 2 health. It's just each one have special properties. So
is there a bunch of weapons and debris and stuff on the floor of this fighting pit?
well, you know what? I'm going to be nice and say that someone was just like, Bethany, use this! And they threw a steel pipe at you and you grabbed it.
Yes. So Bethany instantly picks up the steel pipe and winds up and swings the fucking pipe like a baseball bat towards this thing's jaw.
You literally just rip the jaw off of the puppet, and the puppet falls inanimate. And that's when you hear Charles let out a scream, and you see his bottom jaw has been ripped off of his face. Blood's just pouring from the wound. He's just
Yeah, take that, you son of a bitch.
And you also do see that he's got a bad gash against his abdomen, and blood's just already started to cover his shirt. It's already started to turn crimson red.
Nice. I'm surviving.
Father, no! The spider one's chittering at you now, Bethany. And now Yuretsi, the other puppet the centipede puppet is now just at you.
Uh,
What would you like to do?
so can I technically do 2 actions?
Yes.
Like, she doesn't want to particularly kill anyone. Like, feeding Bruno is different, but so she's gonna use her pod to try to keep the 2 of them alive, and then kind of like yo-yo that creature back that she has tangled around her finger.
Okay. For you to pull this off, I'm going to ask you to give me a difficulty 4 might roll.
Okay. Well, I got exactly 12.
How does this look?
She pulls the pod out of its pouch and like chuck it towards it, and then just like whips the creature around since it's like hanging onto her finger.
And Yuretsi, you did it. You made it. You made it to the right amount of number of rounds because you hear a horrendous roar. And granted, no one in the room is screaming in horror. You just hear someone say, Bruno! And literally, you guys are all lifted off the ground as Bruno jumps into the middle of the arena, looks at Charles, grabs him in his hand, squeezes, and then opens his mouth and just feeds him into his gullet. And then with that, all the puppets stop moving.
And now
And
I'm gonna get out of the splash zone because I think he's gonna vomit.
And then with that, he looks over at Bethany, and just as you said, he lets out a horrendous, just vomiting all over LaQuisha, and she just starts to sizzle and melt away. And then Bruno just keeps smashing down where she was, angry and pissed off, until finally a bunch of PIBs surround Bruno. And they're not holding weapons to him; they're just holding different hands and different martial arts poses in different positions. And Bruno stops, and they're like, "All right, calm down, big boy. We don't want to hurt you." Come on.
Yuretsi would get in between them specifically too.
They look at you. They're a little suspicious. They're like, "Can you calm this thing down?"
She's gonna like reach out her hand to like brush its head and feed it a ruckus.
Bruno knows exactly what you're thinking of going for, and he just like he does like the stereotypical thing of the creature, like huh, and then he responds, look at your hand, and he just sits down submissively to you, listens to you. All right, I guess we can let this slide. And you know what? They were going because we do see that what remained from what was LaQuisha, that there was a gun there, and those puppets were out to kill you guys. So we'll forgive this. Huh. And all I gotta say is, wow. I mean, we're totally not mad about all the money we just lost betting against you guys. God damn.
Serves you right, bastard.
Shut up.
Make me.
As I said before, losing is lame.
So one of the female, one of the PIB actually is a female member. She just looks at you, Bethany, and goes, "Oh yeah, next month your ass is mine."
Oh.
Not
What?
Yuretsi, I meant Bethany. Sorry.
No, that was just her reaction. Was like, oh, I didn't know she was into that.
Oh, she looks at you, Yuretsi, and she winks.
Oh, fuck.
It's like, who the fuck is this bitch? I don't even know you. What?
And the walls of moonlight, don't knock until you try it.
She's like, "Yeah, you don't gotta know me, but you just cost me 20 grand. So I'm gonna beat 20 grand out of your ass." And then the other PIB are like, "Come on, all right, Cynthia, calm down. Cynthia, put that goddamn sword away."
You know who I am? I am Bethany Joan Cross. I've caused many drug dealers fucking money. I'm still alive, bitch.
I don't think you should be saying that out loud, but that's just me.
Yeah, Cynthia's screaming and raging is thankfully made so no one could actually hear any of that. And Cynthia's just, "Your ass is mine! You are dead, Bethany! You are fucking dead!"
Bethany turns and smacks her ass, and it's like, "Come get it, bitch."
You smack her across the face, and that's when the PIB just look at you and they go, "Oh, look, Bethany, you might just want to start running, honey."
No, you'll trigger Bruno's hunting instinct.
Bruno actually senses the danger in the moment and scoops up Bethany and just takes off running.
Look at him, he's such a good boy.
And as we leave this,
It's like, hold on, I'm not drunk, bitch.
and honestly, as we leave this moment of just intense chaos, and Maury just counting his winnings from everyone who just lost that fucking bet. We're actually going to go to, because there was a very peculiar reason about why Sticky Joe got dragged away. I'm not going to have him talk because the player unfortunately isn't with us, but Sticky Joe he saw a peculiar person, and well, you know what? She just happened to catch his eye and she led him away. And right now he is in a big crowd of people that are all just chanting. There's music playing, and then the person comes out and he's going to the theme of the music, gets the crowd riled up, and he goes, "All right, everyone, those fucking idiots at that theme park are all distracted with their little fan club. So finally, tonight, we are going to institute our plan. We're going to march on in there." People scream and cheer. "We're going to kill them." They cheer. "We're going to grill them." And they all cheer. "And we're going to eat them. Medium. Fucking rare." And the crowd goes fucking nuts. And that's where we're gonna leave off on this session, dear listeners, as a good 2,000 people are looking to start descending on the Fondue Village. Get ready for the next one, because as I said, I told you all in the middle, so many sessions ago, this might get a little explosive. This next session is one you won't want to miss. So until the next one, dear listeners, goodbye.